Hello guys, welcome back to Mr. Wendigo. Today's video, we're going to be doing a creepypasta story. So this here is 7 Gates of Hell. Let's start. Some say on Halloween night, if you go to past 7 blocks of black gates, you will see the 7 Gates of Hell. I thought it was a myth first, until I tried it out. I went past the 7 black gates around my neighborhood, then I went to sleep. My dreams were of a furious fire. It stopped, and there was a man, tall and bulky. His eyes were rather squinted, showing his age. His legs and his hands were thin, as it looked as if they could barely support his weight. He spoke in a scratchy and dying tone, saying, I'm not even going to try to say that, Emmo clue ot et nevis setag for le no is help of gates 7 the 2 welcome. It doesn't make any sense. Chuckling, he opened the gate. My whole body became numb, and I was unable to fight it as it moved on its own. Struggling, it did not work. Without any control of myself, I went to the first gate. Gate 1. I saw fire and corpses that were horribly mutilated, desecrated, and burnt. They were sharpened so loudly that I couldn't even hear the crackles of the fire. One came to me with one eye and bullet holes all over him. He said, "We are the disgraced corpses who did not get proper burial. We are to stay here till Judgment Day." I went past him to the second gate. It was building. Gate 2. I was a dragon. There were people tied up, screaming in pain. One was being sawed in half very slowly. His body repeatedly healing, ready to be sawed again. One was in the Iron Maiden, with doors being open and closed, but never causing any visible harm. A man in an escalator mask says, "We are tortured by our own devices." I went past him to exit towards the third gate. Gate 3. This time, I was in a forest. It was silent, except for a few yells. Sorry, I'm so bad reading. I'm like dog water reading. There was a man hanging from his nose, and another man fell off a cliff, reappeared, and fell off again. I began running away from her, the burnt woman chasing after me. I already knew that this one was. There were people who committed suicide. I went to the fourth gate, which was in a palace. Suddenly, I was in a palace surrounded by emperors, politicians, and really wealthy people. An emperor was being gnawed by lions when the lion ripped a limb off or slashed him. The appendage grew back and the injuries healed. A politician was being beaten by looked like a shadow in a prisoner's clothes. A man in a suit came to me and said, "We are the corrupted people, the people who used our power to help themselves, not others." I walked to to the next gate, the 5th. Gate 5. I was in another room. There were people. There was a man. There was a man tied up in a bed, being latched by floating spiky leather whips. A woman was being burnt by a lighter, but her screams and cries were muffled by cloth that was used as gag. The rather large man came up to me and said, "We are the rapists and the offenders, paying for our crimes on earth." I ran to the 6th gate. Gate 6. I was in another room, a man and a woman that were being stabbed. Their wounds were healing almost immediately, just like everyone else. Another person was being buried alive, and someone else was hit and stabbed with a floating metal bar. I knew who these people were: murderers, being harmed the way to kill their victims. Exit to the 7th gate. The final one. This nightmare is almost over. It's almost over, I said to myself. Gate 7. I was outside. There was a man wearing a shroud over his head, coated with explosives. He blew up, regenerated, and blew up again. No one was being beaten, stabbed by sharp metal objects, and burned by torches, lighters, and matches. They were held by people who looked like shadows. One of them came to me and said, "They are the mass murderers, the terrorists, the suicide bombers. I am a shadow of the victims, being them, and taking revenge for killing on Earth." I went to the exit. I woke up next morning. I became horribly scared. The image of what I saw went through my head. In fact, that was all I could think about for the year. It became Halloween again, and I didn't dare to go outside at night. I went to bed. It took me a while to sleep. When I did, I was in front of the first gate of hell. There was a teenager like me staring at me. He was shocked to see me. My body came numb. I could not control myself again. He became scratchy, dying tone. The same thing. I chuckled and opened the gate for him. After he went inside with an expression that looked like he was fighting some other struggling. I looked at myself in a reflection of goblet filled with what looked like blood. I saw a gatekeeper. I became a gatekeeper. In fact, I am the gatekeeper. What did I just read? Like, that's a lot. That's like 8 minutes of reading. And I read that whole thing. That's impressive for me, personally, because I'm not good at reading. This is like a creepypasta. But, holy. That's it for today's video. I know it's the shortest one possible, but gotta do what you gotta do, guys. Sometimes you need 9 minutes, sometimes you need 15 minutes, sometimes you need 30 minutes. But this one is pretty creepy. So the question is, do I buy it? Do I buy this? And I will say, usually I say yes, but I say half. But it's just a dream, right? It's like it's not going to be real at the end of the day. So, probably, I half buy it, I half not. But this It's really, really scary. I don't want to experience that. Whatever he or she experienced. It's insane. Like, I have to go through 7 gates until you escape. I have no clue what's going to happen to it. I don't know if there's even 8, 9, 10, 11 gates. Imagine there were. This video would go on forever. But that's it for today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you all guys here. Peace.